So I'm going to share a few words. If you'd like to stay in the silence, please mute me. Welcome, Jisoo. Welcome, Luna. Welcome, Joseph. Thank you for saying hello. And a warm welcome to everyone watching the recording of this. So my heart feels so warm. According to YouTube, there's myself and 4 other people live right now. My heart just feels so happy to be doing this work with 4 other people all around the world. Jisoo's in Korea. Not exactly sure where everyone else is. Feel free to type that in if you would like. I'm in Florida. I believe very strongly that Einstein is a process of removing everything not good from each one of us as an individual. But it also has an impact. A much wider impact. And there's the poetic impact that the more clean and clear that I become and that each one of us becomes, the more we can help others. And Bruno would speak about that. He would speak about taking in this energy, not just for ourselves, but so that we can pass it along. And as he so beautifully said, help our neighbor. And my view is our neighbor is every person on this planet, whether in Korea or Joseph in Sarasota. Wow, Joseph, I'm in Alachua, north of Gainesville, though I used to be in North St. Petersburg. Hi, neighbor. So Bruno Groening said that we can serve God by taking care of our body. That is it's a simple statement, yet so profound. It strikes me so deeply that I can serve God, serve the creator, the infinite creator of all that is, through tending to this body. It's very deep. I think there's many levels to that statement, and I'm not even gonna begin to say that I fully comprehend it. But Bruno would also often speak of duty, except the German word he used doesn't just mean duty, it means like a religious vocation. You know, like someone who, in English we would say, someone who is called to be a priest or a monk or a nun. They have a vocation, they have a calling, but it's a deep calling. And so that's the word that Bruno Groening would use to talk about that we each have a duty, a calling, a vocation to connect to God. You could say a fundamental responsibility. Joseph, that's a beautiful idea. Please drop me an email if you would. You can find my email on my website. I love it. Bruno Groening said that all of us are divine creations and divine marvels, that we are It's Joseph, it's linked right above at the first thing that I typed in the chat box. And if you don't see it, I'll type it. That we are divine creations, divine marvels, children of God. Now, a child is dependent on its parent. Bruno Groening was adamant that we are dependent on God. Personally, it's very hard for me to think in those terms because I'm an adult. I'm an intelligent, capable adult, or so I like to think. And yes, that's part of my experience. But according to Bruno Groening, if I take that as the whole story, then I'm missing one of the fundamental, what he called rules of the game of life. That I, you, we need God. Part of why I, you, we need God is because we are literally surrounded. I won't say surrounded, maybe surrounded, that this world is full of evil. And that's not to, and by evil, I don't mean other people or bad behaviors, an energy, a force. And we're susceptible to it. And without the power of God, we succumb to it. And then life becomes very miserable. So from the perspective of Bruno Groening, a lot of people spend a lot of time analyzing, well, what's the matter with the world today? And we say today, I think people have been saying, what's the matter with the world today for thousands of years? And Bruno Groening offers a very straightforward answer. Human beings are under the influence of something not good. And what he meant by evil is a deep subject. You can think of it as ignorance. The German word also means nastiness, viciousness, untruth. And Bruno was adamant, without the divine power, we cannot overcome evil. Whatever you call it, ego, illusion, delusion, evil, Hindus call it Maya, the Buddhists call it ignorance or Mara. Christians, members of the Jewish faith, Muslims call it Satan or Shaitan in Islam, whatever you call this thing. There's a nasty force that doesn't want us well. And when I first was introduced to Bruno's teaching, I was like, evil, Satan, that's ridiculous. And now I've come to understand through my experience, I'll say through reflecting on Bruno's teachings and living life, that I'm utterly convinced of at least two things. That there is an infinite power that is good and available to help, which I call God. And there is a power that's not infinite, but is very mighty, that is trying to pull me off the good path and lead me down a very dark, painful path. Utterly convinced. There's no question in my mind. What I call these two forces, my exact understanding, that's an ongoing journey and exploration. But this is the fundamental, Bruno's fundamental teaching. And then the next teaching is that we are a soul and we are receptive, that we are literally like an antenna, and we tune in to one of these two forces, not just the energy, but the thoughts we take in. Joseph asked, is this a regular occurrence currently? It's spontaneous. Hmm. So I'm actually going to wrap this up. There's another video I'm going to make. So for those who are live, you can just go back to the YouTube channel in about 30 seconds and refresh. There's a specific talk I'm going to give. And if you want to join, please do. Thank you so much, beautiful souls. Thank you for joining in. Joseph, cool to learn that we're all neighbors, but you and I are very much neighbors. Take care, everyone. I wish you a blessed, blessed day.